There is a Jewish teaching. In the midst of life, remember death. In the midst of death, remember life. And this week, those words have never felt truer. After more than 2 years in the darkness of captivity, tortured and starved, the last remaining living hostages returned home. Eviatar David, once forced to dig his own grave, embraced his family. Noah Argamani reunited with her boyfriend, Avinatan. Alon Ohil played the piano for the first time in 2 years. These were not just reunions, they were miracles, a return from the shadows of death to the light of life. For 2 years, Israel and the Jewish people held their breath, and now finally we can breathe again. But miracles do not come without sacrifice. Since October 7, 467 Israeli soldiers have fallen in the Gaza campaign. Young men and women who gave their lives, first in the defense of their people, and then in battles deep inside Gaza. Their sacrifice brought remarkable victories. Daring intelligence operations, targeted strikes on Hezbollah, including blowing up their pagers and walkie-talkies, and crippling Iran's nuclear program. These will be studied in military academies for decades to come. And yet, despite the celebrations, despite even President Trump's extraordinary recognition in the Knesset, the declaration of the war being over is more illusion than reality, because Hamas has already broken the deal. While 20 living hostages came home, only a confirmed 9 of the 28 murdered hostages have been returned so far. And true to Hamas's sadistic nature, another body returned wasn't even an Israeli hostage, but a Palestinian who had worked with Israeli forces. The result of this is that families remain in anguish, waiting for the bodies of their loved ones to be returned so that they can give them a dignified burial. And in another violation to the deal, Hamas refuses to disarm. Even now, Gazans accused of being traitors are executed in public squares, cheered on by crowds. Is this the future some leaders, including Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, so proudly recognized as the state of Palestine just a few weeks ago? And what of the hundreds of terrorists set free in this so-called peace, many with blood on their hands? They are rewarded by the Palestinian Authority with salaries. They are hailed as heroes, and they will almost certainly attempt to return to terror. What justice is this for the families they destroyed? Their world has been shattered while their killers walk free. Don't forget, many consider the Palestinian Authority moderate, and the Australian government has, in part, based its decision of recognition on the commitments and undertakings of the leader of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, who has been in power for over 20 years, long after his 4-year term expired. Meanwhile, Jewish communities abroad face unprecedented anti-Semitism. The anti-Israel and anti-Semitic chants did not end with the ceasefire, proving that all these marches we saw around the world were never about the war, but about the existence of Israel itself. Over the past 2 years, too many chose to abandon the Jewish people in our darkest hour. And the scars of that betrayal in the aftermath of October 7 will remain in Israel and across the diaspora for a long time. Monday was a good day. We celebrated life. 20 living hostages came home, but in that joy, we will never forget the savage slaughter of 1,200 men, women, and children on October 7. We cannot mistake a ceasefire for peace. Radicalism in Gaza is still real. Hamas may one day vanish, but the hatred that gave it life remains. And so the question is not if Hamas will break the ceasefire, but what will happen when it does. The obstacles ahead are immense, the danger is real, and a peaceful future far from certain. But for now, in the midst of death, we remember life, fragile, sacred, and worth defending at all costs.